Dear organizers of the conference, dear participants and audience, it is with great honor and pleasure that I will present to you briefly some aspects of the paper on rehabilitation of stone quarries in Palestine, a tool for sustainable development, as prepared by Dr. Nabil Al-Joulani and myself, Artemis Kubala. Approaching the rehabilitation of stone quarries as an aspect of smart city construction allows for integration of existing research on political economy, stone quarry industry, rehabilitation and smart city construction, as well as a critical apprehension of the political economy of the Palestinian stone industry, and it puts a focus on stone quarry rehabilitation as a potential constructive factor in regaining holding power for municipalities and cities. The paper builds upon master thesis research, supporting the completion of a master degree in social and political sciences, conflict and development studies at Ghent University in Belgium. Fieldwork was made possible with a grant from the Flemish Inter-University Council. A literature study was conducted prior to and following field research. Field research took the form of a case study of stone quarries, factories and crushers, conducted from the 19th of April till the 11th of May 2015 in the central and southern part of the West Bank, mainly in the Bethlehem and Hebron districts. Interviews were qualitative and half-open, expanding the list of questions depending on each interviewee's answers. A wide range of stakeholders has been interviewed. This includes persons working at the private sector, for example owners of quarries, factories and crushers, as well as the Union of Stone and Marble, the Bethlehem Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and several employees. We addressed the academic sector by talking to people working at the Palestine Polytechnic University and the Bethlehem University. We included the public sector in our research by talking with employees from the Palestinian Ministry of National Economy, the licensing manager at this ministry, the Ministry of Environmental Affairs, and 2 municipalities. Lastly, we addressed the health sector, which gave us an insight in the archives of a hospital. Close cooperation was established with the Stone and Marble Center, which is a tri-partnership between the Palestine Polytechnic University, the Ministry of National Economy, and the Union of Stone and Marble Industry. Literature studies and field research brought to light that currently abandoned quarries in Palestine are mostly not successfully rehabilitated. Some projects in Bani Naim municipality are in the process of rehabilitation, but more abandoned quarries are used as dumping places for aggregate debris, for example, the landfill in Ashur. Dangers of unrehabilitated stone quarry amount to slope instability, rockfall and toppling failure, and water and soil pollution due to dumping of quarry waste and other waste. These impacts are present in other countries as well, for example Turkey and Lebanon. The political setting of occupation is aggravating these impacts, since the division into areas A, B and C restricts balanced industrial planning, in that industrial space and living space are in competition with each other. This shows very clearly in the municipalities of Bani Naim, Ashur and Beit Fajar, where in Turkey and the United Kingdom competition with demographics in a limited area can be mitigated through zoning and planning. This option is not available for Palestine because of the divide and rule policy of the occupying forces regarding the West Bank. A smart city is supposed to give an answer to the growing level of urbanization. Rehabilitation of stone quarries is situated in the basic layer of the urban information model. Recovering abandoned quarries as urban space have been successfully applied in prestigious projects worldwide. Some examples of urban recovery rehabilitation can be seen in the public Parc des Buttes-Chaumont in Paris, built in the 19th century upon earlier limestone and gypsum quarries, as well as in the Butchart Gardens in British Columbia, Canada, that were built in 1904 on top of an emptied limestone quarry. In the Palestinian context, urban recovery is urgent. The increasing conflict between urban space and industrial space in the occupied Palestinian territories, due to strangling occupational political measures combined with the increase in population growth, results in the necessity of rehabilitation of space. Our research led us to reach some preliminary recommendations. First of all, there is a logical order among the types of rehabilitation. Urban recovery or new industry will be the first goal, and as time proceeds and political as well as socio-economic context allows, only then it is rational to consider productive recovery, alternative energy facilitation and risk prevention, and eventually nature reserves or natural use. Thereby, it is crucial to take into consideration context-specific needs. It is recommended that urban recovery combined with new industry is included into future municipality and city development plans, while integrating socio-economic aspects into its realization. Second of all, in order to overcome the obstacles that the implementation of a rehabilitation policy encounters, funding is needed. An integrated, coherent national strategy that clearly divides the tasks between different ministries, authorities, and other bodies is necessary in order to attract investors. Thirdly, awareness of the accumulation dispossession configuration within the stone industry can be helpful to focus on the holding power enhancing capability of rehabilitation. This will decrease the risk of losing ownership of rehabilitation projects to international donors and investors. It is recommended to provide project leaders with the necessary background in this material. Fourthly, it is important to realize that rehabilitation takes place in an integrated, holistic process of care for the environment. This means that life cycle assessment and stakeholder involvement are crucial. Environmental impact assessments thus do constitute the first step in improvement of sustainable quarrying, but context-specific evaluations need to follow these up. Fifthly, in considering the rehabilitation of abandoned stone quarries in Palestine and its geopolitical and geo-environmental context, it is important to recognize existing centers of expertise. In conclusion of this presentation, we would like to thank the organizers of this conference, all institutions that contributed to its realization, as well as everyone who contributed to our research. Thank you for your attention.